But let's face it, we're not just talking about an injury, we're talking about lethality. Which means we're really talking about this vein right here, the jugular, yeah. I think if we're gonna continue testing, we need to make a neck as a testing platform that we can run our multirotors into.
Coming up on Mythbusters.
Can someone give me a Band-Aid?
Adam's up to his neck in the gory story of a deadly drone. And
Bail out, bail out, bail out.
the guys prepare for the flight of a lifetime.
Complex and terrifying.
Could a drone delivery ever be deadly? Adam and Jamie have a promising proof of concept.
Yeah, there we go.
Now, to cut a little deeper.
Now, if we're going to be testing whether one of these can slice through one of these, we're gonna need one of each. And these are easy to buy at the store, but these, well, they're a little harder to come by. We're gonna have to make our own. And to do that, I'm gonna use a lot of this and this guy right here, and it's going to spurt blood if it actually gets cut. It's gonna be awesome.
Yep, Adam's manufacturing a mortal mannequin that will react accurately to an impact.
The basic gist of what I'm gonna be doing is casting a neck out of ballistics gelatin.
How tall is this neck? Who were these men?
With holes in it that I can fill with blood that will be blue for televisual purposes. But it needs to be really close to the edge of the skin. So I'm gonna effectively mold those veins using these brass rods in here. It's sort of like thinking inside out and backwards.
With the negative mold of the blood vessels in place, it's time to prepare the fake flesh.
As Jamie and I have discovered, this stuff reacts to a bullet similar to human flesh, but to get the tenacity of skin and muscle, we need to add this fiberglass filler to the ballistics gel as we're casting it into my mold.
Oh, beauty. Oh, I'm very pleased with how this is going so far, based on nothing.
Once set, it's simply a case of easing the fleshy throat free of the mold.
Almost. Come on.
That's it. All right. Thank you.
Then Adam plumbs the system with blue blood
Nice.
and tests his anatomically accurate jugular. It's at the right depth beneath the flesh
That is a bleeding neck.
and requires the same force to slice.
All right, can someone give me a Band-Aid? Allow me to introduce you to the analog bursting jugular vein multi-rotor testing neck rig. Yeah, rolls right off the tongue. It is basically a rig for bleeding when it senses a lethal injury. Now, I have more than 2 veins in this rig, even though we have only 2 in our neck, because we can test multiple times just by turning the neck. Yeah, it's like that versatile. So we can test as much as we want and watch bursting blue blood fly out of the veins. I'm gonna stop talking.
But before Adam's blue blood dummy is deployed in the drone firing line, it's back to Beale Air Force Base to tackle the myth that the U-2 is the world's toughest plane to pilot.
Welcome to high-altitude physiology and full pressure suit orientation.
Adam and Jamie are both in training for an in-flight investigation. One will fly, one will be on standby.
Pop your helmet off just like that.
And they're starting with several, not so brief, briefings
We're gonna have a suit controller like this.
about the safety equipment
It acts as a backup pressurization system.
and emergency procedures.
We're going to teach you how to parachute safely to the ground.
These are no minute-long demonstrations from a flight attendant.